Hello, guys. I'm so excited to be here. This is going to be amazing, and I am so excited. This whole beta test is so much bigger than I thought it would be, and I'm so excited to be able to share this with you guys and really be able to help you live that effortless life that you are meant to live. So, the way that this is going to go is last night I came up with a quick presentation to kind of walk you through the process of the first part of it. And then we can get clear, understand the logic behind it, and then you guys can start using it. And the best part about a beta group is you are part of the process. So now you can give me input. Let me know what you loved. Let me know if there's other things that you're interested in. And we can go from there and we can help create an amazing system together. So I am so glad that you guys are here. And again, I'm blown away with how many people actually wanted to be a part of it. So I thank you. It makes me feel amazing. And I know that there's a need for this. So the time is now. You guys are here. And I'm so excited to have you guys check out the process. So let's get into it. And what I'm going to do is I am going to share some of my screens. So if someone's on here, you can go ahead and type in any comments or say hello or any questions that you have. The way that I like doing my webinars and my periscopes, any live videos, I love comments. So if you can put in comments and just let me know how you're doing, what's going on, I would totally appreciate it so we can have a dialogue. You know, I love the interaction of people. So sometimes when I'm just talking to a screen, it's not as fun. So guys, I'm going to get into the screen share. And we're just going to go into the process. And I'm going to talk to you guys through it all. So I'm going to make sure that that screen is up. Here we go. So we are going right into it. And okay. So the effortless planning system was created because I had a need for planning in my life. I was in corporate America for 16 years working at Toyota, and I loved it. But the Franklin Covey systems, I got trained on it. I helped people train on it. It just did not resonate with me. And so since then, I've been looking for something. And I should actually have a little screen of the visual that I created for myself on paper when I mapped it all out. Because when I transitioned to become an entrepreneur and having 2 kids and a crazy life, I needed some order in my life and be able to have balance in everything. So what we're going to start with this today is going to be the Sunday weekly ritual. And what I'm going to do is every day I'll talk about a different part of the process. But what I'm going to do is after the webinar, I'm going to share with you guys the whole system. And you guys can start taking a look at it, jump onto the webinars every day, get the maximum out of it, and then test it out. You know, that's what you're here for. So today we're going to talk all about, you know, your weekly rituals. And the focus for Sunday is the power of intention. And it really does take effort to be effortless. And so I really want to show this. I really want to make sure that everyone understands the power of setting an intention. So many times when we have so much going in our life, we're just kind of go, 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 and we're not reflective and we're not intentional of what we want, how we want to feel, and start designing our life instead of trying to manage our life. So when you set an intention, you start creating instead of reacting, and this is so important. It's such an important part of the process because you can then start designing that life that you want. You can start building in time for the things that need to get done, your projects, the daily things, and when you have the right system, you can align it to the things that matter to you most in all parts of your life. So setting intentions are so important, and that's a magical part of the process because then you're thinking about it. You're starting to visualize it. You're starting to step into this. When you create the intention, it makes it much easier to step into it and start planning around that intention instead of planning and managing around the craziness. So the whole message of the Effortless planning system is focusing on every area of your life. And this is so important, especially being a woman. We have so many hats that we wear, whether you have your own business, if you're in corporate America, if you have a 9-to-5 job, if you're a stay-at-home mom, we have so many hats. And what ends up happening is, as I did some surveys with my friends, moms, parents, so many times we feel like we've lost ourselves in the process. So in the system, it was all about focusing on every area of life, but doing it in a really simple way. So the key is it's all about balance. So once we create an intention, and what I'll do is after the slideshow, I will go ahead and open up the actual planning system so we can talk about Sunday and how it looks. But after we set the intention, now it's time to strategize and make sure that we are going to live into and manifest that intention. And it's all about having a strategy. There are so many times where we say, oh, I'm going to eat well. I'm going to eat, a diet full of fruits and vegetables and beans and juices, and I'm not going to eat any sugar. And then life happens. You have a big fat carrot cake cupcake in front of you and you cave. So when you put in strategies, it makes it so much easier to manifest your intention because you're thinking about it and you're putting triggers in place. So when something happens, you can do something about it. So in the system on Sundays, after you set the intention, the next step is to start talking about and thinking about the things that could derail you in the process. What are those things that you need to overcome? Whether it's in your diet, maybe you're managing your sugars. If it's, what could derail you is a cupcake or a lot of, oh, hold on a second. Okay, people aren't able to see or hear anything. There's 8 viewers. Okay, can you guys put in a question and let me know if you guys can hear me? Type something into the side chat bar if you guys are able to, because I just got a comment saying that they can't hear anything. So I want to make sure everything should be fine. So I just want to make sure that, okay, hold on, let me stop for a second and jump back on. Can you guys type in any comments to make sure that you guys can hear me? Because I don't want to be talking to myself. I just got a comment from someone saying that they couldn't hear anything. So I want to make sure that we are all good to go. So can you guys hear me? And I just got a message. I can see and hear you, but I can't figure out where to comment. Okay. Okay, you're good. Yay, Jen. Okay, and I got another text from someone else. If you see on the top right hand of your screen, you may see something that has the different buttons. It looks like a little keyboard. If you click on that, you can go to the chat part, and that's where you can type it in. So, okay, I'm glad that you guys can hear me. Awesome. Okay, I can continue to go. I just got a message saying I can't hear anything. So I hope that she has the right link. And you know what? We'll keep on going. So the love of technology, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get back into the presentation, and we will continue going. Okay, so here we go. Start screen share. Okay, so there's so many things that can derail us, whether it's the foods that we're eating, the one thing in that project that we don't want to do. So we really counterbalance that into the planning system. So how we do that is we anticipate self-sabotage. And what I love to say is self-awareness is alignment. So when we start figuring out what is getting in our way, then we can create tools to combat it and make sure that when it does happen, we're in control and we have resources to counterbalance it and power through and get done what we need to get done. And so many times I have clients and people on Periscope asking me the question on, why do we self-sabotage ourselves? Because when you look it up in the dictionary, it's an act or process tending to hamper or hurt. So why would we want to do that to ourselves? Well, we do that a lot, unfortunately. And the thing is our subconscious isn't doing it to hurt us. It's doing it to protect us. So, I don't know if you've heard the stats and how much you know about our consciousness, but our subconscious is running 90 to 90% of the show. So we need to be really cognizant of that, because so many times when we're not aware and we're not intentional in what we're doing on a daily basis, our subconscious is going to come and creep up and start taking actions, making decisions without us really even knowing it, because we've created patterns in our life. So I love talking about the iceberg, and the iceberg is such a great analogy for this process. On top, we see what we see, and it's just the tip. But when you look below, that's where the subconscious mind is. That's where it all happens. So if you have beliefs, if you have experiences in the past that hurt you, or that so many of us have them about money, if we have stories and experiences and beliefs about money, then that's going to dictate how we react, how we're attracting or not attracting money, how we're blocking those things in our life. And that's the same with money, relationships, so many things in our life. So we've got to be really aware and intentional with what we're doing, and really start releasing the things in our subconscious that aren't serving us and they're not helping us move forward to our dreams. So it's all about those beliefs, guys. So, part of the process in the program that I work on with my clients is we go through those beliefs, we see what doesn't work, and then we start writing out and figuring out what does work in our life. And it takes work for us to do, but it's part of the process. And I love hearing from clients when they start breaking those patterns and they start saying, oh my gosh, I'm seeing changes and I'm seeing what I did in the past and how it's not working. And we get into it, and then they start seeing, oh my gosh, I never even realized that I'm doing it, because it's something innate in us. It's a pattern that we've created. And unless we stop and break the pattern, then we're going to have the same results, because we keep on doing the same things. And our beliefs are amazing. Our beliefs are trying to protect us. So if something happened and we had fear in our life, or we saw a lot of stuff as kids, our subconscious and our beliefs are trying to protect us. But the problem is it can serve as kryptonite. And I love this visual, because Superman is, he's a man. He is able to do it all. But like everyone else, he's got a weakness, and his weakness is kryptonite. So unless we go in and really look at our beliefs and do work around that and shift it, it can always be a kryptonite, it can be a crutch for us, and it can really limit us in breaking and shattering our glass ceilings and living that life that we're meant to live. So what we're going to do in the system is counteract it by very simple, powerful processes to really get us to shift, start being aware, and start creating triggers. So, awareness, anticipation, and action is so important in being able to manage our kryptonite and our beliefs. So the first one is presence, awareness, which when I think of awareness, it's all about being present in the moment and really being aware of what we're doing, being aware of this time right now that we're spending together, and being able to go within and be reflective on ourselves. A lot of it is our soul work on why we're here, who we're meant to be, and being intentional in what we do in our life. So I would love to do just a quick 30-second activity with you guys. And I want you to just stop for a second and look around in your area. You may be in your kitchen, you could be in your bedroom or in your dining room, you could be outside. Wherever you are, I just want you to take a moment and take a deep breath in and out and just look around. and be really present to what's going on right now. Take a look at your environment. You know, in front of me, I have my crystals. I'm crazy. I started a 7-day juice cleanse. So I have my juice in front of me. I have my water. I've got my daughter sleeping in the other room. So just be really aware of what's going on. So many times we're always thinking about the next thing. And that was my life. It was all about the hustle and what I needed to do next to make sure that my corporate job, my interior design business, my kids, the food, the house, the relationships that I had were going. And I never was present. So once we take that time and we start being aware, that is really powerful in being able to manage and change our beliefs that aren't serving us. The next part is anticipation. And this is so important. When we're aware and we get real and we know what it is that's holding us back, then we can start anticipating and foreshadowing what's going to happen. So in that example with food, if one of your goals, so for me, one of my goals is I'm doing a 7-day juice cleanse that started today. So what are the things that can self-sabotage me? It's my daughter's cupcakes that she made. So I have it in a space where I can't access it. It could be the events. I have two speaking events that I'm doing this week with amazing mompreneurs. And they're going to have food and they're going to have alcohol and drinks. So I need to make sure that I have my juice, I have my energies up, and I'm able to go through it and be very intentional about what I want to do so that I don't sabotage myself and break down and have an appetizer or have a glass of wine. And this is such an important part of the process. And guys, another part of the process, and you know what, I think that there was the slide 3 that didn't come through was action. So number 3, guys, you've got to take action and make sure that you are being intentional on placing the triggers in your life so then you can make sure that you are honoring your intention and you're not self-sabotaging yourself. So that is another part of the system. The next part is the food. And food is so, so important. So on Sundays, what you're going to do is you're going to have a food list, a menu list for dinner. And, you know, in honor of saving the real estate on the paper, I didn't do breakfast or lunch. I just focused on dinner because I feel like a lot of us, you know, the dinner can be the hardest part and it takes the most work. So there's an area where you can list all of the menu items that you're going to make for dinner so you can start being intentional about it. And there'll be a food list there. And it's all about setting yourself up because at the end of the day, guys, food is medicine. It gives us the energy, the focus, and the clarity we need to be able to manifest the life that we want to live. You know, and I love hypocrisy. You guys can I have a stutter every once in a while, so it'll come out. But I love this quote, and it's let medicine be food and food be medicine. And you see all of these foods that come from our earth in a medicine capsule, and that's so important. So this is not about, you know, I'm not going to get on the soapbox and talk about foods, but it's a really important part of our life. So when we start planning for it and we're intentional and we get everything that we need on that shopping list on a Sunday, it'll set us up for the rest of the week. And for me, I have a lot of food hacks where I make food for my family that they love, that's healthy. I sneak in veggies wherever I can, and I'll use them for leftovers so they taste good as leftovers. And I make sure everything on my food list I can reincorporate so I'm not buying a million items just for one meal and then they just sit around or they get discarded. So I'm very, very strategic about our foods because it's so important in our lives. So there is a food section in there. You know, and we should eat well. So why aren't we? You know, and that's a debate we have all the time. I just watched a movie the other day, 40 Fat and Almost Dead. I think that was the name of it. And it's so eye-opening that so many times we say that we don't have the self-control, but we have the control to do it. If we have a why that's so powerful and we are clear in our intentions and we take that action. So it's exactly what we're talking about. And so many people are saying about food, about life, about not being intentional is they don't have time. It's not a priority. They don't have the energy to do it. So it's so funny, especially with their workout routine. I hear so many people say, well, I don't have the energy to do it. Sometimes we need to power through and start doing that routine, start eating healthier, and then we'll start seeing the results of it on our sustainment and our energy levels. So make sure that if you guys are going through this and you're like, I can't do this, it's not taking enough time, are you being intentional with it? And is it a priority? Because when you make things a priority, you will have the time for it. And that is something that I preach and I work with my one-on-one clients with. It's so important. And after you do that and you start creating these intentions, it starts creating new habits, and then it doesn't take as much work. And that's when things start getting effortless, which is freaking amazing. Okay, guys, so it's all about making those lists and really utilizing the food menu tool in the system. So guys, now I love my sayings, so this one is all about our emotions, and I love Tina Turner's little saying, what's love got to do with it? And she was just she was such a powerhouse back in the day. And her song was number one, what's love got to do with it? And the thing is love has to do a lot with it. Our emotions are so important. So when we have our emotions and we start engaging with them, that's when things get really, really powerful. So in our weekly intention for Sundays, we're going to start using and getting comfortable and experiencing those emotions on what we want to feel and how we want to feel. And once we start engaging those emotions and feeling them, it starts fast tracking the results that we want in our life. Because research has shown, and I actually did a whole masterclass on this, so I hope you're able to watch that. I get into that really deep with the visualization and how important it is and how so many people are using it as part of their toolkit. Now, I will say, big disclaimer, it's not all about just visualizing and sitting somewhere and just chanting mantras and not doing anything. So for me, I'm all about doing both. And I love bringing structure into the woo-woo because it can be so nebulous. So you want to use both things to fast track your results. You want to use inspired action plus emotion to really start manifesting like a maven. And so we have the actions on there and we have the emotions. So we have a really collaborative approach to this. So guys, let's talk about joy. And there's a whole salt and pepper song. Let's talk about sex, baby. So I said, let's talk about joy, baby, because I'm corny and I love throwing in a little bit of my oddball humor. But joy is such an important process, and joy is so important to have in our lives, because if we're not joyful in what we're doing, then what's the point? And when you have more joy in your life and you're in tune with what makes you happy and what gives you joy, you will fast track your success so much quicker. And I will tell you, and I think I shared a little bit in the Facebook group, that it's really important to be able to align with your joy and have that create your success and not do it the other way. I had everything checked off the box. I had success in all areas in my life, but it wasn't attached to joy and it wasn't heart-based. I was making decisions out of fear instead of love. So I was wildly successful, but I was not happy at all, which resulted in having a huge quarter-life crisis at 29. And I initiated a divorce and changed my whole life around and redesigned it. So when we enlist our emotions, especially with joy, gratitude, blessings, that's when the envisioning process gets real, and that's when you start seeing amazing, amazing results. Guys, when you're joyful, you're happier, you have higher vibrations, you're present, and you're more creative. So I have tips and tools that I help my clients with on finding out how we can increase vibrations on doing the things that you don't want to do. How can you build that into your life? And how do you experience that on a daily basis? Because as you do that, you're more present, you're more aware, you can honor your intentions, you can be that amazing person that you're meant to be when you build in time for joy in your life. So many women tell me, I don't have time for joy, I don't have time for myself, but it's because we're not making it a priority. So when we start making it a priority and building it into our life, we're going to be a happier self. Our soul will be more fulfilled. And in turn, we can be that amazing person for everyone else in our life. So it is a true win, win, win. Okay, guys, so now it's time for the Sunday ritual. So I'm going to jump off, get off of the screen share. And hey guys, yeah, I can see you guys now. I can see your comments. So fun. I did see, sorry, there were some delays because I started getting pop-ups with people on Google Plus, but I'm glad that you guys can hear. I'm glad you guys are here. This is awesome. I'm so excited. This is going to be amazing. So let's get into the good stuff. And why I wanted to talk and create a presentation that I just did last night. I did it in like 2 hours. I was up until 3 in the morning. And I'm okay with that. And that's a whole Periscope that I'll do at another time about being inspired and being creative and how you need to honor that and how to balance that with everything. But that's neither here or there. But I wanted to give you guys this background on how intentional the Sunday rituals are. So without further ado, and I did make some changes to this. So I do have some clients on my call. So they will see the new version that I'm always changing, because it's built in my system. I'm all about Kaizen. So let's go into the system. Yay. Okay. So I don't think that I can do, I'm just going to do that. Okay. So you guys saw the first page before. So wonderful. I think if I do the whole screen share, let's see how that works. Okay. So I'm hoping that you guys were able to see the whole screen share. And we're going to jump into the weekly ritual. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a second and make sure that you guys can see this. So hold on, let me just jump on here. Okay, can you guys see? Okay, it looks like you guys can. Awesome. Okay, so the Sunday ritual is amazing. And under each page, I have a little quote, and this is: a goal without a plan is simply a wish. Be intentional. And literally, guys, there's divinity in discipline. There really, really is. So the first one is week of. And if you see, I don't have it by date. You know, I want it to be something that you can use right away and, you know, use to your needs. So it's got the week of. And in your weekly intentions, you've got areas of your life. The first one is soul and body work. And this is not in any priority. I just wrote them all down. We've got soul and body work. We have family, work, home, and our month focus. And our month focus, we're going to talk about right before February starts, so we can get into that ritual. But I wanted to start with you guys right away so you guys can test this part out, and then we can work on the monthly ritual when the month starts. So here's your weekly intentions, and this is going to guide you through the week. So you're going to have one intention in each area, not more than one, because we can work on one thing at a time. And if we achieve it within the week, you can go ahead and change your intention and add something to it. But when we start tackling huge to-do lists and we start trying to do everything at once, that's when we get overwhelmed, we get bogged down, and it just doesn't work. So we start with one weekly intention, and this covers all the parts of your life. And then underneath this is what I was talking about earlier, is the self-sabotage. What would prevent you from achieving these results? So, you know, if some of what you want to do with the soul body work is doing the 7-day cleanse, potential fear or block could be, you know, having sugars. You know, and having sugars around me when I'm at my speaking events, having them around me with my family. So that could be, you know, potential fear or block. And then when you look over to the right on how to overcome the fear or block, that is, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to arm myself with the tools and resources I need to make sure that I'm honoring my intention? So for me, it's going to be to make sure I have juice and water. And I'm going to put oranges in my water. I'm going to put lemons. I'm going to put cucumbers, and I'm going to make it taste so good. And I'm very concrete with my why and why I'm doing it. And guys, purpose is so, so amazing. And then under that, we talked about the importance of food, and a really big part of the effortless planning system is to plan for your entire life. So on Sundays, you're going to have a dinner menu for the week. And what are those things that you're going to cook and make? And for me, like I said earlier, I love having meals that I can roll into other things. Like I will probably do a Periscope later on today on how I made eggs with my daughter. And I'm going to take those eggs and make it into a fried rice because there's leftovers. So I'm all about using what I have and being very mindful and having functional, easy meals that will turn into leftovers that the family will love. And then below the food is the feelings. You know, so this week, how do I want to feel? Do I want to feel empowered? Do I want to feel joyful? Do I want to feel confident? And once we start enlisting those feelings and getting centered with how we want to feel, that's another way of being intentional. So we're being intentional with our actions and our goals. So that's very masculine, the masculine side of us. And then the feminine side is how we want to feel. And I'll tell you guys, feelings are so important. Feelings are everything. So, you know, so many times I'll have, you know, clients say, okay, well, I want X, Y, and Z. I want X, Y, and Z. I want to make X amount of money in my business. I want to have this relationship. And those are great goals, but we really get to those feelings. So then you're able to supercharge those results when you start envisioning. And that happens during the week. And then on the right-hand side is how can I infuse joy? What can I do this week to infuse joy into my life? Is it spending some time with my kids? Is it jumping on the phone and connecting with a friend or family member? Is it, you know, going for a walk? What are those things that you can infuse joy? And once you start doing these actions, it starts getting really amazing because you are planning for this life. You're enlisting the strategic side, which is up here, which is all the intentions and the goals, and you're enlisting the feminine side without manifesting the woo-woo to really be able to create that effortless life that you love, the effortless life that you're obsessed with. So that is the Sunday weekly ritual. I'm going to stop sharing now, and I would love to know, guys, if you guys like it so far, if you guys have any comments about it. What I'm going to do is I have a post already, and I know that there are some people that were like, I can only print on Sundays. And as I started thinking about doing videos every day, I know that some people are going to want to start using it tomorrow, you know, and they may not be able to see the video until tomorrow night. So what I decided to do is do a post and just release it. And you guys will have a whole thing to do, but then I will do daily videos for you guys to take a look at it, to walk you through it, and let you guys know the strategy, the neuroscience, the manifesting behind it, so you guys can supercharge it and utilize it well. So I would love to know, okay, so I see some of your comments. Do you guys like that? Are you guys excited about it? Do you guys have any questions for me? And, you know, put in a comment if you guys want to see a couple other pages of it before I release it to you guys. So I'm so glad you guys are here. This is so great, and it's going to be an amazing process. So I'm waiting for your comments. I don't know how long it takes to push on here, but yeah, that's what it's all about. I do have a hard copy of it that I can share with you guys. But what I'll do is, I really like the menu stuff. My husband has, that's awesome, Melissa. I'm so glad. The menu stuff is so amazing, right? To have it all in one place. And then when you start getting into the groove and knowing what your family and your loved ones like to make, what I do is I do hacks. And I have a great hack on the shepherd's pie where I swap out the beef and I put turkey in, and I put cauliflower with the potato on top, and my family loves it. So whatever works, it all starts with a plan. Seems simple enough. Yes, it totally is, which is the power of it. Working in corporate America, Toyota headquarters, it was phenomenal, and it's known for having simple Kaizen processes. And I want it to be simple, but there's a lot of thought and intention that went behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, show us what the Monday one looks like and how long we should spend filling these out each day. Okay, awesome. I love the comments, guys. I'm a comment kind of gal, so I'm glad that you guys are throwing that on there. And if you guys have any questions or anything, put some comments in there, because it makes me feel good. I'm not just looking and talking to myself. Will you share that recipe? Yes, Jen. It's so funny. I may go on a cooking competition show for it. But I do a lot of it by ear. So I will, I need to write the recipe down. I'm not sure how to break it down, the intentions, goals, and how to turn it into feelings. Okay, Sally, that's awesome. So before I jump in and show the Monday ritual, wonderful question. So the way to do it is really get clear on why you want that. Why you want one of the intentions in your life. So if it is soul and body work and you want to meditate for 15 minutes a day, why do you want to do that? By doing that and achieving that, how is that going to make you feel? So when you start visualizing and seeing that result and seeing that happen, then how is that going to make you feel? Are you going to feel confident? Are you going to feel strong? Are you going to feel empowered? Are you going to feel super joyful? And that's how you can start going through it on a very high level. Okay, so looks good. I like that you have space to write down the possible self-sabotages. Also love the feelings part. Great addition. Thank you, Carrie. Yay. And it's so important. And so this is why it's all encompassing. And as I show you the Monday, I think some people are going to love it, and some people are going to say, oh, wait a second, this isn't what I'm used to. And I'm feeling that we can combat that. So let's get to it. I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. And thank you guys for the comments. I love interacting. It's my thing. That's why I love workshops and speaking events and stuff. I love to be interactive with you guys. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek, okay? And I can't see that I actually, you know what? Will this not work for me? I don't know what that means. There's so many things I want to do. I'm not sure if I can focus one or the other, obviously overwhelmed. Yeah, totally. And guys, I want to let you guys know, to be honest, this is a tool. It's a very intentional, amazing tool, but it's a tool. So you've got to have the mindset, the focus, the purpose, the alignment. And then when you use this tool, it's going to skyrocket and get you where you want to be super, super fast. So if you need some extra help and extra support, we can do a consultation, and you've got to do and have that mindset structure and that foundation, the strategy, the purpose, the roadblocks, those beliefs shifted and out of your way to really be able to leverage this and use this as like a superpower tool. So I do have some clients in here, and this is going to make a lot of sense for them, because these are the kind of things that we're working on. So I totally get it, but I'm thinking that maybe I'll do some training around it or something. But if you want some one-on-one support, I would totally love to support you, Sally. Will this not work for me? I don't know, Katie. I don't understand. It's hard for me to give myself my goals. I don't know what I want or where I want to be. Will this work for me? Yes, again, it's a tool. Just like I said earlier, it's a tool, and you've got to be focused and really hone in on what it is that you want. And the answer is more of doing the work and then using the right resource to help get you there. So I'm going to show you guys the monthly ritual. Isn't this amazing? I'm so excited. And this is a lot of the coaching that I do. It's I don't know why this line isn't here. It should be here. But it's just all the different areas of your life, which is important. You're going to rate it, and then what is the focus area for the month, and what are 3 things that you can do to increase your joy? How can I give to others, and what do I want to experience? Because contribution and experience is so important. But we'll get into that during the monthly ritual. This is a project plan, and I love this part. Projects are so important. So this is going to be amazing. So we're going to talk about goals, deadlines, current reality, brain dump. This is the research part. And then here's where you create a plan, action steps, and how you to chunk it down to really get things done. And then we have I'm sorry, guys. It has who can I connect with, because it's all about collaboration. And then milestone checks. And then at the bottom, how will I celebrate? Because it's all about bringing the feminine and bringing those emotions and feeling those joy to be able to fast track you to get there. Sally's saying there's so many things I need and want to do. I'm not sure how to focus one or the other, obviously overwhelmed. Sally, I got you, girl. Katie, I know that you and I have spoken. If you guys want to get clear, set up a consult with me and we can work on that, because like I said, it's an amazing tool, but you've got to be clear and know how to work it and have that foundation. And then this tool can help you get there. I sound like a freaking broken record. Okay, guys, so we talked about the weekly intentions, and then I've got some other things. Boom, boom, boom. Brain dumps, guys. Brain dumps are freaking genius. And I've done scopes on this. I've used it. This is a lot of neuroscience, because so many times we have so much going on in our head that we get overwhelmed, we get anxious, we don't know what to do. So whenever the mind is full, you want to release and let it flow. What are those things that are coming up for you? And I put a little checkbox to give yourself accountability to know when it's done. So the premise behind this is to use this for the week and then list everything out and then check things off as you start rolling with it. The next part is inspiration, which is amazing. There's many of us are creative and we get inspiration all the time. So when you have inspiration, and it hits you, there's so many times where we want to run with it or we're scared we're going to lose it. So now there's a place for you to put it down and create space during the week to work on the inspiration to really launch and get you to where you want to be. And yes, Carrie, that is a great point. I feel like with the ones that are not really sure, the monthly ritual is going to be amazing, because then you can start on one piece of your life. So the monthly is going to really help you in doing that. So if you want to work through the weeks now, I feel like in a week from now, on January 31st, I'll work with you guys on the monthly ritual, and that can kind of get you clear on what part of your life you want to work on, and then get into alignment that way. So thank you for that, Carrie. Okay, and then the next sheet is the daily rituals. Yes, love this, guys. So the mantra for this is thoughts create our emotions, which create our actions, which create our reality. And guys, we're always manifesting all the freaking time. So even if you think it's not working, it's working. It's just not working the way that you want it to work. So I want you guys to be really intentional with your thoughts. So we got a date, place, and it's what needs to happen today. We've got the top 3 non-negotiables that need to get done. And then underneath and then I have minutes, which is amazing, because so many times we're like, oh, I don't have time for that. But if you write down how many minutes it's going to take you and check it off the box, there's something really magical in, feeling fulfillment by being able to honor the things we need to do. And it gets us super focused, because we know we only have 15 minutes to work on this project. So it gets us focused, and by checking it off the box, we celebrate it. Genius, right? I mean, I absolutely love it. And then below that, it's one thing I can do to fulfill my week intentions. So this goes back to the monthly intentions. It's the same kind of thing. And so you've got areas for everything, and you've got an area for daily joy. You've got minutes that you can check off. And then on the right-hand side, guys, we always have things that we need to do and get done. So I created just an area for that. Below, guys, connection and collaboration is so important. And when we want to get our goals done and when we have a huge vision, collaboration is key. Just like what we're doing right here with you guys. You're amazing. This beta test is awesome. And by collaborating, connecting with all of you, I can make this product even better. And we can share it to the world in a huge way by, affiliates and sending it to your networks and all that good stuff. So 3 people you want to collaborate and connect with. And that gets us really focused on human connections. So many times we're not focused on that and we're just focused on the daily grind. So human connection is the amazing thing that we have as humans, to be able to connect and collaborate with others. So let's leverage that. Every night is the nightly reflections. And this is great because then you start going through and replaying your day in your mind. And we focus on your wins. What are 3 amazing things that happened to you today? And the daily wins could say, hey, I honored my week intentions. I worked out. I made a new connection. I advanced on this project. I, got that client. And then as you go through the wins, you have the emotions right next to it. So you can really enlist in those emotions and visualize and replay that in your mind. Because the amazing thing about our subconscious is it doesn't realize what is real and what is fake when we start utilizing our emotions. So the more we're in those daily wins and celebrating our accomplishments, the higher vibrations we have. And with those higher vibrations, we manifest more of the things that we want in our life, more of the things that are going to give us those wins, to give us those feelings we want. So let me know how this is sitting with you guys. So I'd love to kind of hear in the comments. And then below that, it's all about gratitude. Who gave me joy? And I love focusing on who and other people. And as people give me joy and I write their names down, it could be a stranger that I met that opened the door for me. It could be my husband. It could be my kids. But then as I do that, I go through those emotions on how they gave me joy, how I felt. And then I send them love and light back, which is such an amazing part of the process, because as you give, you receive. The bottom part is envision 3 future wins. And this is so important in the process. The envisioning and the visualization is gold. I'm not going to get into that. We do have a area for, I did a whole masterclass on that. So if you guys saw it, awesome. I have a free workbook that went along with that. And if you haven't gotten it, it is in one of the posts, one of the welcoming posts, I feel like, in the Facebook group. But if you haven't gone through it, it's really powerful, and it talks all about the envisioning process and why it's so amazing. I saw a comment come in. Love the focus on win. Sometimes the small stuff is what we forget, but it's the most important in moving us forward. Exactly, Jennifer, I should say. This is so important because as we're badass, ambitious, amazing women, we get something and then we're like, okay, well, what next? What next? Because we want to do so much. But we've got to take some time and really bask that in, because that is what's going to prompt us and have more celebrations in our life. Okay, awesome. And let's go on. And so this is, so every ritual, every day is from Monday to Friday is going to be the same process. But what I did was I made some changes to Mondays. So if you look at Mondays, I have a to-do list and I minimize the top negotiables and one thing I can do to fulfill my weekly intentions. So I made this change and added a to-do list to see if you guys would like that. And we can kind of go that way. Can you add those links to the file area? Melissa, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it in the Facebook group because the Google Hangout is not is public, so I will put it in the Facebook group. So you'll see during the days that it looks different. So I would love to have your feedback on that to see which one you like more, which view, this view or this one. So we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, Thursday, and a clarification for somebody had a clarification that I will get to in 1 minute. So Saturday is it's a weekly reflection. So the quote for this, the mantra is find the silver linings and create the wins, and accountability equals power. So this is really about being reflective and, being real with yourself and asking what were the challenges from the week, asking yourself, what did you learn from them? And then how can you incorporate the learnings into next week? So this is all about Kaizen, sharpening our saw, the continuous improvement of ourselves and being able to gain momentum in our journey by being accountable and taking responsibility for our actions and being proactive. And then you go into weekly highlights and like, what were the wins of the week? What were the amazing things? So we get back into that focus on celebrating. And at the bottom, I love 3 reasons why I'm rad. So many times we don't give ourselves the benefit of the doubt. Um, and we don't celebrate how amazing we are. So this is a great little affirmation that we can reflect on and really write down 3 reasons why you're so amazing. And in giving, you receive, and I've been doing that all my life. That's why all 150 of you amazing women are in here. So I love giving back, and as I give back, I get so much more. So this is all about what are 3 things that I can do to give back, and to my family, to others in need, to helping. Like, what are 3 things that I can do? Whether, and it could just be opening up the door for someone. It could be, I always have snacks and stuff whenever I see homeless people. I live in Los Angeles, so I'll give them, a fruit. I'll give them a bar. And so it's those small little things that can go such a long way on giving compassion and helping others. And it makes you feel really freaking good too. So that's a win-win. And then I have this part that I'm playing with, to be honest, and this is a whole money section. And I'm really interested to see how often you guys will use this, because, money is so important, and we have so much money in our life. So many money blocks in our life and so many issues around money that I wanted to incorporate a little bit of money into this planning system. And guys, money is not good or bad. It's just an exchange of energy. So I love that mantra. And below in the comment box is, I'm grateful for the abundance I already have and the abundance that's on its way to me now, which is a really powerful affirmation. And then you look at your accounts, you count your money, you put it in, because the first part of really getting clear with your money is knowing how much you have and getting into that routine of checking it. So this is all your accounts. So it can be your checking, your savings, your 401k, your money markets, your IRA, all of that stuff. And it may just be a weekly activity. So I'm so glad you guys are here to give me input to that. And then it's the same thing with your credit. If you have any credit cards, what's the balance? When is it due? What's the APR? So you can really be in charge of it. And as you go through this, it can be a little difficult for some. And for me, I had a lot of money issues and a lot of money blocks. So this was very helpful for me. I have some affirmations as you're going through the process. Somebody had a question about it being online. This is a pen to paper thing, Sally. My vision is after this goes over like wild cakes and people love it. Right now it's going to be a PDF downloadable version. I'm going to work on making it writable, so then people can go in and they can type it in on the computer if they want. But honestly, the productivity, the research that I've seen about people writing it down with pen to paper is much more powerful than doing it online. And eventually, if this is very successful, what I want to do is create an app for it as well. So, but honestly, I'm starting small, and then as it grows and changes and evolves, I'm very open and flexible to it, and then I'm just going to take it to where it leads me. And then we end up with, I'm grateful for everything I have and all the abundance that's on its way to me now. So it's just a little mantra to end. So guys, that is it. And we finished before the hour. I'm so excited, and I was able to show you guys everything. Another exciting thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have different covers. So I'm going to have different mantras and different backgrounds. So then when this does go to market, people can spend, I don't know, maybe like $1 or $2 and find the design cover that they want. And so it really is personalized to them, and it shows their feelings. And when you look at your planner, you want to be inspired, you want it to light you up, and you want to use it. And the cover is so important. So I want to be able to have some flexibility and be able to, serve you guys in the best possible way. So I am going to minimize this, and I'm going to jump back on. So guys, thank you so much. I am so glad that you're here. You're watching this. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to be posting it in the Facebook group. And I just want to let you guys know, so Melissa, I showed that to you. So if you guys have any other questions, like I said, it's pretty simple. So it's not, to be honest, we don't need to do videos. I thought it'd be a fun thing to do, and I may end up evolving this into like a bigger course if people are interested, so then they can kind of understand the different parts and how to do the different sections. But I thought it'd be a great way to be able to introduce it to you guys and get feedback and do it. So I am just looking to make sure I answered all the comments. I'm glad you guys were able to hear. Love the nightly reflections. I really think that will help me be more accountable and help me build momentum. Be proud of my accomplishments. Yes, Carrie, that's what it's all about, guys. There's so many times where we're so darn hard on ourselves. And you know, when I was published on the HuffPost, I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. What's the next thing? But because I was so aware of my thoughts, I got really intentional and I took time to celebrate it. And as a result, I am part of Elite Daily, and I'm getting in front of my ideal clients all the time. And I'm getting speaking events coming to me, and I'm meeting executive producers, and amazing things are happening because I'm intentional, because I'm celebrating my wins, because I'm purposeful, and I'm getting out of my own way. So guys, if you guys have any more questions, I just want to love the condensed version. Yes, so a client on here is one of my clients. She's absolutely amazing, and she's doing so. I'm so excited and honored to be her guide through her process to get to her effortless life. And as we did this, like I said earlier in the beta test, that this has come a long way. Originally, I had one page for the daily ritual, one page for the nightly ritual. And as I started using it, I was like, you know what? It's not as easy to use. It's taking up a lot of time. So, you know, I feel like the condensed version is a lot better. So I'm glad you like it, Jen. I just want to make sure that you guys are able to use it, you know, and be able to get the most out of it. I will say, let's see. Okay, so I think I answered all the questions. If you guys have any more coming in, just let me know, and I can just type it in and I can answer it. For the people that want the time schedule from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., so then you have your appointments, this isn't going to do that, you know, and I really considered it, and I tried to figure out where that would kind of fit in. But to be honest, I feel like we have Google calendars for that. So if I blow this out into a whole workshop and a online series, I may just do something to show you guys how to use Google Calendar or other really great apps to be able to block off your time and have all your notes there so you have it on you at all times. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to respect your time, and I'm going to end in 3 minutes. But I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek at you know, when you have, I don't know if you can really see that. When you, okay, well that's not working. When you use your Google Calendar, it's amazing because it sends you reminders. You have everything that you need at your fingertips. And this planning system isn't really for getting things done in appointments. It's more of a holistic view of saying, yeah, you've got this busy day, but how can you build in and fold in the times for joy and the times of balance all parts of your life? So you're not working your tail off and not connecting with your family, or you're not taking care of your body. And this came because I had a breakdown. You know, I was working in corporate America at Toyota 9 hours a day. I had a 5-month-old and a 7-year-old girl. I had an interior design business that I launched because I wanted to help people in a bigger way than I was doing in corporate America, because I tell you, there's a lot of red tape and there's only so much that you can do. And I was a constant hustler, you know, so as a result, I didn't take care of myself. I wasn't present with my family. I wasn't meal planning at all. We would just fly by our pants and just figure it out on the way home. What are we going to have for dinner? And it turned into a vicious cycle where I got burnt out and I physically could not work. And that's when I got really clear and I started building this effortless life for myself. I started getting really clear on why I was where I was. I got clear on my purpose. I figured out the things holding me back. I created a plan and I started taking inspired action. And that's how I started creating my effortless life. And so the system came out of this need to say, you know what, I don't need a Franklin Covey planner telling me what I need to do at 9 o'clock. I have that all online, and I feel like online is the best way to do that because you may not have your ritual, like you may not have your tool with you at all times. So when you have it on your phone, it's a lot easier to access. So wanted to share that. Um, Please do that workshop for how to use all of it. I think I may do that, and that may be part of the paid course. And I'm still figuring out the pricing for this, and it may just be an upgrade to say, okay, it's going to be an extra charge if you want to go through the videos on how to do it or something. I'm not sure, but that's what you guys are going to be helping me with in figuring this all out, because it started with oh, my notebook's downstairs. I could show you actually how it started. It started with a piece of paper, and it became this. So before we go, like it's 2:30 right now. I would love to hear your comments on here. I know that there's 12 people viewing, and I know that a lot of people are going to be watching the replay. But if you guys can really quick type in, how do you like it? Is it what you expected? Are you excited to use it? Is it, not all that? Let me know, because I would love to kind of hear that before we jump off. And in the next few minutes, I will be posting the whole thing in the feed. So, what's so funny is that I like that it's pen to paper, just tend to lose papers. And Sally, I love that. So one of my clients, she's amazing. She has a notebook, and she's diligent, and that's why she's getting a lot of success, because as I'm guiding her, she's doing the work. And so she prints it all out. She puts it into a 3-ring binder, so she has it with her. And what I'm going to do is, as I mentioned, I'm going to design different covers. So you have a cover for this binder, and then that'll take you and do that. And then, eventually I may create notebooks out of it and stuff, but I want to, start with this, see what happens with it. And another client started laminating it. So if you don't want to waste paper, which I know is a big concern, which is why I want to develop it into an app. It's very successful and people love it. One of my clients laminated the whole thing. So she would do a week at a time, and she'd write it into with a whiteboard pen, and then the next week she'd erase it all and she'd go through it again. The problem with that is that you don't really see your progress, through the month and stuff. So yeah. So I'm glad it sounds like, okay, I'm so glad that you really love the system. That makes me so happy. I'm not going to cry. But it's been a labor of love, and I've been working on it for over 6 months. It's probably been like 7 months now. And I wanted to be perfect before I shared it with people. So I'm so glad that it's well received. I'm glad that you guys like it. It's over the time. I'm hopping off. Love this. Okay, I'm so glad that you like it, Jen. Okay, you love the system. Okay, so good stuff. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just looking to make sure I answer all the questions. Okay. I think I got all the questions. So you guys are amazing. Go ahead and jump off. Have an amazing rest of the day. And within the next 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to be posting into our beta group, and the workbook will be there. And guys, please know that it's a beta. And so I started adding sheets as of last night for the project plan and other things. So the page count may be a little bit off. I wasn't planning on releasing it all, but I just decided to do it. So just know that there's going to be some things that, some grammatical or some formatting things that may not be perfect, but I'm excited to share with you guys. And I feel like you guys want it now, so I don't want to be, okay, let's just do one a day. I don't think that that's efficient. So thank you guys so much. And I'm trusting that as I'm sharing this whole thing with you guys are receiving it, appreciating it, loving it, and wanting to give input, and you're here for the right reason. So thank you guys so much. I'm sending you love, light, and oodles of positive vibes. And I just want to show you guys my amazing crystals. Look at this amethyst my mom gave me. How amazing is that? And this makes me think so much that you see mountains, and you see all this darkness is not very pretty, but sometimes we got to chip away, and there's beauty inside, and there's beauty inside all of us. So we just got to get there, and we got to, keep on going. And it's all about the journey. We all have work to do. I've got work to do all the time, which is why I got my little juice. But you know what? Honor it and have people help you along the way. And as you do, things are going to move and shift, and it's going to help you get to where you need to be. And that's why we're all here. We need to collaborate, connect, support each other, invest in ourselves. And that's how we start designing the life that we're obsessed with. And here's my candle. This is a Himalayan salt candle. How amazing is that? So I literally have my space set up all pretty. So it gets me into the right area to be able to do this and be here with you guys and give you guys my full-on attention and all of my support. So awesome. Okay, guys. Love it. Okay, so you guys like that. So you can print from the Facebook group. It's going to be a file. So guys, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I'm so excited that you're all here, and you guys are just validating over and over my decision on bringing all of you guys in. It's a lot more work, and I still need to get to all of your amazing comments that you already put on there, but give me time. I will go through all of them, and you guys are amazing. So here's your effortless life. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, wherever you are in the world, and I'm excited to hear your feedback. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.